can think class as a blueprint. All right, class as a blueprint, and just like a a blueprint of a building. All right, and from that blueprint of a building we build an object that is the actual building with bricks and mortar and all those things, right? So that's what object oriented programming is. All right, so I hope this you have understood what exactly object oriented programming is, right? Now, as we have understood what exactly object oriented programming is, it is our time to understand about classes. All right, as I told you, class is like a blueprint, right? Like here you can see this is a class, public class program, right? Inside there is a method, that is the main method, right? So we can write our own class. Now, to write our own class, first of all, remember you can't write a class inside another class. All right, you have to write a new class outside of that class. All right, so what we have to do is write public, all right, public class, all right, and give the class a name. All right, give the class a name, and let's give the class a name as person. And then what you have to do is you have to open curly braces and close it. So this is how we write a class. All right, this is a public method, this is the class keyword, and this is the name of the class. All right, so that's how we create a class. All right, now there is another thing called fields. All right, to understand field, you can say fields are variables only. All right, they are variables only. A field is simply a variable that is we declare inside a class. All right, like any other variables. All right, they are used to store data. Like here you can see we can write public, all right, int, or let's say public string name of the person. All right, then we can write public int age, right? So this is how we this is called fields. All right, so this is called fields. All right, now here you can notice that there is public keyword in in front of all the variables. All right, so they are known as access modifiers. They are basically gatekeepers. They control who has access. All right, who has access to the fields or methods. Now the who in this case is another class. All right, now if we make this to private, now this program class won't be able to access this variables from this person class. All right, now to to access this class we have to create an object of this class. All right, so I'm going to teach you how to do that, but before that let's learn how to create methods. All right, let's learn how to create methods inside a new class. So it's also similar like this, public static void main, just like I taught you in previous lecture about functions. So what you can do is public, all right, static void, and let's give it a name. All right, let's give it a name, that is get name. All right, and in here it is not necessary to give the static keyword. All right, there's a reason behind that. You would be learning that reason after after we get into the concept of static keywords. So don't worry, we are going to get in there. All right, for now remove the static keyword. All right, for now remove the static keyword. What you can do is console dot write line. All right, and write it like this. Name is get the name variable in here. All right, get the name variable in here, and similarly do the same thing for the age variable. All right, age is atom. ठीक है? All right, so now what you have to do is, now as we have created our method, what we have to do is we have to create an object of that class. All right, or in simple word, an instance of that class. What does that mean? See, an object is created from a class. All right, we have already created a class named person. So now we can use this to create objects. A object is basically an instance of a class. All right. To create an object of the class, we use the new keyword. Let me show you how. All right. So it's very simple. What you have to do is, first, what you have to do, take the class name, that is, in our case the class name is person. After that, give it a name, that is, I'm going to name it P for now, and then put equals to in there, then write the keyword new, and then again call the class like this. All right, and then give parenthesis to it. After that, if you run it, let's say if you get any errors or not. You are not getting any error, so that means we are good to go. All right, so now here we have created an instance of a class, or you can say an object of a class. All right, we have created an object of a class. Now, as we have created an instance of the class, we can also access the fields and methods available inside the class from our program class. All right, and make modifications to it. All right, like in here. All right, so what I can do is p dot. All right, here first of all, to access the fields and methods of the class, you have to call that, right? So what you can do is, here you have named the class, right? That is, you have named the object as p. So write p in there, then dot. All right, then give the variable name and set the variable name to anything. Let's say your name. All right, and after that, set the age value to, let's say, my age currently is 17. All right, so I'm going to put it like that. After that, all right, here you can say, let's change the name to get details actually. Yeah, that would be better. So now here you can see, let's actually try it out. Let's see if any error is coming or not. So here you can see we are not getting any error. Now let's get the details. Let's see if like the means in the object the details we have filled has been set or not. To do that, as I've created a method that is get details, what I can do is p dot get details, and let's see if everything is working or not. So here you can see all the things in here are working. Now you can create, all right, you can create multiple objects. All right, you can create as many objects you want. All right, like this. Let's try another one, that is person p equals new person, and in here what you can do is p dot name equals, let's give it Rohit. All right, and let's give its age also 18. Let's give it, and now let's see. Oh, all right, always remember, I did a mistake. I named both the means both the instances with the same name, so don't do that. All right, change the name in here. My bad. So now what you can do is p1 dot get details. All right, now let's see if this works or not. So here you can see both the instances are working. So this is how we create a class and we create an instance of that class. All right, so this is how we do it. Now see the fields and methods inside. All right, the fields and method inside a class. All right, like this is a field. All right, this variable is a field, this variable is a field, and this is a method. This whole thing is a method. So they are often referred as class members. All right, they are the member of the class called person. All right, so make sure to keep this in mind. All right, so now as we have learned about classes and objects, now it is our time to learn about constructors. All right, to learn about constructors. I know this term might seem a bit unique, confusing, but don't worry. All right, don't worry. I'm going to tell you how to do it. All right. See, what is a constructor? A constructor is basically a special method. All right, that is used to initialize objects. The advantage of using a constructor is that it is called when an object. All right, it is called when an object is created, it can be used to set initial values for fields. All right, means right now, all right, whenever we are calling this, whenever you are calling means creating an object of this class, no value is being set by default. All right, we are not able to set any value by default. We are setting them later on. What constructor does is, whenever we create an instance of a class, a constructor is called. All right, a constructor is is called. So to to set means to create a constructor, it's very simple. What you have to do is public, all right, then you have to write the class name. All right, you have to write the class name, then parenthesis. It just looks like the function, just you don't have to give the return type. All right, then in the person I'm going to set, all right, I'm going to set the name to, let's say, default human, and the age to, let's say, 100. All right, now let's remove the previous code. All right, let's remove the previous code and let's see how this whole constructor thing is working. Right, see, I won't be setting the name right now. What I'll be doing is I would just be creating an instance of the class, and then we'll be calling this method directly. I won't be setting the name right now. You will see what will be the output. All right, so let me show you. So first of all, what you have to do is create an instance of the class. So how do we do that? Person p equals new person. All right, semicolon, and then p dot get details. All right, and in here, let's see if it works or not. So here you can see we didn't set the name. All right, we didn't set the class name in here. We didn't set it explicitly. All right, we didn't set it explicitly. The constructor, all right, the constructor is called when the object is already created. So that's why by default, all right, by default, the constructor has set the variable name and age to the specified value. And in our case, for the name, the specified value is default human, and for the age, the specified value is 100. All right, I hope you understand the the concept of constructors. All right, now there are a few pointers that you need to remember. All right, a constructor name must match the class name. All right, and always remember, a constructor cannot have a return type. All right, and remember this, a constructor, all right, a constructor is called whenever an object is created, or you can say an instance is created of the class. All right, and always remember, see, all classes now have constructors by default. All right, all classes have constructors by default. If you don't create a constructor by yourself now, the C# programming language, all right, or any other programming language will create a default constructor for you. All right, by himself. All right, by means the C# will create automatically a constructor for you. All right, however, the problem with that comes is that you won't be able to set the initial values for the fields. So that's a problem. That's why we can we define means we define a constructor manually. All right, so I hope the concept of constructors, classes and objects are clear. All right, I hope you have understood the concept of classes, objects, and constructors. About you have understood about, I hope you have understood about fields and methods, about class members. So now our next topic, all right, our next topic is of constructor parameters. All right, like in functions, how I told you about parameters, this is also something like that. All right, this is also same. So to create a parameter, what you can do is, within the parenthesis, you can create variables. All right, that is, you can create parameters. Now let's create a parameter name. All right, and let's create another parameter as age. After that, what we can do is we can remove the default human from name and set it to dash name, and again do the same thing for age to dash age. All right. Now, what is the what is the benefit of it? Let me show you. All right, let me show you. First of all, this will reduce the lines of code. All right, this will reduce the lines of code by a lot. So now, as we have set the parameter, it is very simple. It is very simple. So I'm going to create another object, that is, let's say, person. All right, person p equals new person. All right, and then p dot get details. And now in here you can see there are parentheses. Inside of this parenthesis, we pass some value. So how do we do that? It's very simple. First of all, the first parameter is a string, so we are going to give it a string, that is Priyanshu, and the next parameter is age, and we are going to give it 17. Now let's run it, and here you can see just within 2 lines, like previously we were using 4 lines, now we have reduced it to 2 lines. So now here you can see we are getting the same output we got previously. All right, so that's how they save a lot of time. So I hope constructors, the concept of concept of constructors are clear to you. All right, because the next 2 topics are going to be very interesting, that is access modifiers and static keyword. All right, so let me show you. See, access modifiers basically defines from where we can access our methods and variables from. So far there are 2 access modifiers that you should know. All right, that is public and private. Now, public means that we can access the class members from outside the class, whereas in other side, private doesn't allows us to access the class member outside the class, but only can be accessed within the class. All right, so I know it might it might seem a bit overwhelming, or it might get a bit confusing, but that's totally fine. All right, that's totally fine. The thing is, I'm going to show it to you by doing it practically. Now let's remove this constructor because we don't need it as of now. All right, let's remove this. All right, now in here, let's change the name. All right, let's change the public keyword to private. All right, let's change it to private. Now let's create another instance, that is person p equals new person. Now in here, p dot name equals, let's set it to Priyanshu. All right, again let's set it to Priyanshu, and again let's set the age to, let's say, 17. All right, and let's try to get the details. Now let's see what happens. First of all, let me ask you, will it return an error or will it work? Will it work or return any error? Just give it a thought. All right, pause the video, give it a thought, and then return. So I'm going to show you. Here you can see there are 3 errors. The errors are the hello world. All right, dot person dot name means this is the namespace hello world. All right, the person dot name is inaccessible due to its protection level. Again, another is person dot age is inaccessible due to its protection level. The same goes for person dot get details, is inaccessible due to its protection level. So because of the private, all right, because of the private, this private keyword, what is happening, it made our fields and methods private, so we can't access the variables and methods outside of the class, whereas with public keyword we can do that, right? And let's say there's another way to make field or method private, is that you can simply remove the private and it would be go to private by default. But I don't I always like to write private because I don't know, but it seems really good to write private at first, so that's why I always write private. And I also suggest you, for initial stages, all right, for initial stages, write private. All right, if you are creating any private method, then for initial stages write private. All right, so that you get it more clearly, that what is the use of private. So I hope you are now clear with the concept of access modifiers, what are public and private. All right, Now there are two more access modifiers, that is, protected. All right, protected is there, and so you can, learn more about them. All right, you can learn more about them. You can search about them. You can learn more about them. All right, through Google. So make sure you do that. Now, next, all right, the next concept we are going to learn is static keyword and static classes. All right. So first of all, let's understand the concept of static keyword. All right. See, the static keyword now actually helps us to get access to the class members, such as variables, methods, etc. with it without needing to create an instance or object of the class. Whereas, I hope you understood this, right? Right now, all right, let's make this variable to public. As of now, let's make them to public. So now here you can see we are creating an instance of the class, right? We are creating an instance or object of the class to access these variables, right? We are creating an instance of the class to access these variables. Now, the thing is, if we put a static keyword, already, if we put a static keyword in front of every variable or field or method like this, static, all right, static, public, then again public static, and let's not create the object. Now what we can do is person dot name equals Priyanshu, sorry, then person dot age equals 17, then person dot get details. Now let's see if this works or not. See, this is working. This is totally working. Now let's again try the same thing without this static keyword. Let's try it out. Let's see if that works or not. Here you can see it is telling us an object reference is required to access static member, sorry, non-static member. So here you can see, always remember, all right, always remember, if we create if we make something static now, we don't need to create an object of that class to access it. We can access it directly. But if any variable or method is non-static, all right, like currently this all these methods and variable right in here are non-static. All right, that means they are not static. So we have to create an object of this particular class to edit, or you can say access all the fields and methods present inside the class. All right, so I hope you are clear about this. So basically what we get, static keyword helps us to get access to the class members, all right, without needing to create an instance or object of the class. All right, so that is how the static keyword helps us. All right, I hope you are clear about the concept of static keywords. Now what we have to learn, all right, what we have to learn is about static class, and this is the last concept that we are going to learn in today's lecture. See, just like we learned about this static variables, basically let me tell you, in just like having static methods or fields or properties or constructors, we can also have static classes. Our static classes can only contain static members. All right, a static class can only contain static members. That means, let's say if I create a static class right now, and again let's try the old step we are doing, like creating an object. Let's do it now. All right, p dot p dot name equals let's say Priyanshu, then p dot age equals 17, then p dot get details. Now you'll be getting an error. All right, the error is cannot declare instance members in a static class. Cannot declare instance members in a static class. The reason is all the variables and method right in here, all the variables and method right in here is non-static, and let's turn it to static as of now. All right, let's turn it to static and let's see if we are getting any error or not. Here we are getting again an error. The reason is The reason is not because all the variables are in here are static. The reason is because as the class is static, we are trying to create an instance of the class, and that is not possible because uh, we cannot create instance of a static class. We have to get direct access to it, right? So for that, person dot name equals Priyanshu, then person dot age equals 17. Now let's do it, person dot get details as, let's see it now. See, it is working like that. So this is what a static class is. All right. So I hope the concepts of classes, objects, fields, method, class members, then access modifiers, and static classes are clear. All right. And this is going to really help you to understand how we work with C sharp in Unity. All right. So as of now, this module, all right, in this module we have completed our lectures. We have successfully completed this lecture. All right. So next will be start creating our own AR applications. All right, with Vuforia. So yeah, let's get into the next module. Thank you. Hey folks, welcome to module 4, and this is the first video of module 4. And in this lecture I'm going to explain you, all right, we are going to dig deeper into the concepts of marker based augmented reality. That is, we are going to learn about the architecture, we are going to learn about the available SDKs, we are going to learn about how things work in marker based augmented reality. All right, and later on I'm also going to tell you what means, how like which tools are we going to use to develop our like AR applications, right? So without any further ado, let's get started. So what is, see, first let's recap. All right, first let's recapitulate our concepts of marker based augmented reality. All right, see, marker based augmented reality, all right, this is a type of augmented reality, all right, that makes use of recognition and tracking. All right, it is the property of or you can say it is the feature of computer vision. All right, so it make uses the properties of computer vision, that is tracking and recognition, all right, to recognize and track a marker and put, all right, and place or augment a 3D object or any kind of digital objects on top of that marker, right? You can even augment a video on top of that marker. So that is what marker based augmented reality is. All right. So yeah, that is what marker based augmented reality is. You can even see the diagram, right? It's not exact diagram but the gif, right? In here there's a mobile and there are some A B C D are written, some alphabets are written, and they are working as the marker, right? In the center marker, the Batman is, like the Lego form of Batman is placed. So this is what marker based augmented reality is. It basically makes uses of markers to augment, all right, to place digital objects into a real world. That's just it. All right. Now if it see, we already know what a marker based augmented reality is. Now it is our a very time, all right, it is our time to understand or learn about different types of game engines, all right, different types of development engines available. All right, if we talk about, there are multiple available in the market. All right, these are just some of them. All right, I have just listed down some of them, but there are many others available in the market. All right, if we talk about the things, the engines that are available here, that is Unity, Unreal, Godot, a Cry engine. Then if you want to develop your own AR filters, let's say for you want to develop for Instagram or Facebook, right? There is Spark AR Studio I am going to cover in this course also. So this is the bonus section. All right, in the bonus section I'm going to cover the Spark AR Studio. Similarly, if you are a user of Snapchat and you want to create your own filters for Snapchat, then there is Lens Studio. All right, these are augmented reality technologies. All right, then there is Apertus VR. Although I haven't used Apertus VR, the engines that I have used till now, all right, the development tools that I have used till now is Unity, Unreal, Godot. I have tried out CryEngine, but it wasn't suited for me. I didn't like it. So and another I used was Spark AR Studio. All right, I haven't used Lens Studio or Aperture VR, but you guys can try it out. All right, so these are the development engines that are currently available in the market, and the most used, all right, in the field of augmented reality and virtual reality and mixed reality, the most used is Unity. All right, like the major companies uses Unity for developing AR VR applications. Unreal Engine also is also used. So these two are the main, like, major development engines that are used. Even Godot supports AR VR. Even you can try it out. Same does CryEngine 2. They also support AR VR. All right, so you can try these out. All right, and in this course I am going to teach you Unity. All right, and we are going to cover the AR part with Unity. All right, so as we have learned about the development engine, now it's our very time to learn about the software development kits available. All right, here you can see there are multiple available, like Google's AR code, then there is Kudan, then there is Apple's AR kit, then Maxt is there, then Vuforia, 8th XR, then Lightship ARDK, then Easy AR is there, and Wikitube is there. All right, see, these are software development kits, that is SDKs. They come in packages. All right, they come in packages. All right, and in this course I'm going to cover the Vuforia. All right, I'm going to cover Vuforia, as Vuforia is very famous and very good for marker based AR, and it is also easy for beginners, so it is better to cover Vuforia in this course. So I'm going to cover Vuforia. All right, and the tracking feature of Vuforia is better than any of these. All right, means better than any other marker based AR technologies. All right, so that's why I'm going to cover Vuforia in this course. And also, if I tell you which SDKs have I tried, I have tried out AR code. I have developed multiple apps with it. I have tried out AR kit, that is Apple's. Then I have tried out Vuforia, of course. Then I have tried out Ethwal XR, although I didn't like it much, but it's decent enough. All right, then I have also tried out Niantic Lightship AR. All right, it has just launched, like it has launched on 8th of November. Currently it is in beta. All right, if you want, you can go through the documentation and download the SDK and try it out. All right, so Niantic has launched their own Lightship SDK. Niantic is the same company who developed Pokemon Go. All right, so they have released their technology behind Pokemon Go on the like publicly. So I would suggest exploring the Lightship AR DK. All right, and yeah, I have tried these. All right, but if you want, you can try the others also. Like you can try out Kudan, you can try out Max, you can try out Easy AR, Wikitude, and all these available in here. See, these are not just, all right, means there are many others also. All right, like I haven't listed all of them, but there are some of them that I have listed. All right, so try to do some research. All right, do a research by yourself and find out what more SDKs are, AR SDKs are available in the market. All right, so yeah, these are the SDKs that are available. And in the development tools, all right, in the development tools I'm going to use Unity. All right, I have already taught Unity, and in module 2, and in module 4 I'm going to teach you Vuforia. All right, so we are going to for this course we are going to cover this whole course in Unity and Vuforia. All right, so yeah, let's get dive into the concepts. All right. See, what is recognition? All right, what is it? Think of in human terms. All right, just think of in human terms. See, a person is coming to you. All right, he is the person is your relative. All right, you know the face. All right, it is stored in your brain. All right, the face of that person is stored in your brain. Now you can recognize that person, right? You already know that, right? You already know that. So that's how you are recognizing, right? That's how you are recognizing the person. Yeah, this person name is ABC, and he works at this ABC company and this and that. All right, you know that person. You are able to recognize it. Similarly, if you think about devices, all right, let's say barcode devices, right? See, if you buy any sort of product, all right, let's say we go in a mall, when you buy any sort of product, you submit it in the counter to make the bill. All right, what they do, they have some sort of reader, right? Exactly don't know the name. I think it is called barcode reader. So what they do, they with the help of the device, they read the barcode. All right, and then push the object or the thing that you are buying forward, right, and make the bill. So how the device is recognizing the barcode, right? Because uh, the device already knows, like it already has the data about the barcode, right? It already does have the data, so that's how it is recognizing it. So like I have bought let's say I have bought a pair of shoes, all right, and there is a barcode. The person, I have submitted in the counter, the person scanned the barcode and pushed the shoe forward to for the billing, all right. So the particular barcode is stored on the database, all right. So that's how the barcode reader recognized it. Similarly, if we talk about face recognition system, same thing works. Like in big companies, they use face recognitions also to verify the employees, right? They use fingerprint recognition also. So these are stored in the database, and some algorithms are there. All right, there are some algorithms, some computer vision algorithms which are able to recognize the person, right? Similarly, in AR also, there are some sort of databases. All right, in marker based AR, there are some sort of databases. Databases in the sense, they are markers. All right, those markers are stored somewhere, right? Those markers are stored somewhere, and our app, and we design our app in that way. All right, in a way, we design our app in a way so that it can recognize, all right, it can recognize the marker. If the marker isn't in our database, then it won't be able to recognize it, right? And if it is not able to recognize it, then how will it put the marker, like how will it put the marker on top of that mark sorry put that object on top of that marker, right? How would he do that? How would the algorithm, how would the SDK do that? So it is always important, all right, to whenever working with marker based AR, we have to put a marker on the app's database. And don't worry, we are going to see how this is done. All right, there's a very basic of Euphoria only. So yeah, so that's how recognition works. All right, in marker based AR, and this process is valid in multiple ways, right? So this is what recognition is. Recognition is basically recognizing something, all right, that is in the database, like in our human mind. All right, if I see a person, I might know the person, right? Like I know my brother, all right. He's a person that is in my brain's database, right? I know that person, so I will be able to recognize it. All right. Now let's say some new person come. All right. I won't be able to recognize him, right? I won't be able to recognize that person if it was a random person, because I don't know the person. His details aren't stored in my database, right? So these things work something like this. All right. So yeah, this is what recognition is. Now, if we talk about tracking, all right. See, this is a image, all right. This is the image of Ganesha, Lord Ganesha, all right. And in here you can see multiple plus, right? You can see multiple plus are there. Do you know what is this? These are basically the trackers, small trackers. Means these are feature points, you could say. All right, these are feature points of the image that help us tracks. All right, that helps tracking the marker. All right, that helps tracking the marker. How this help? See, basically whenever we upload a database, all right, in our database system, all right, in Viewforia's dashboard, after you have uploaded your image in the database, all right, you can view the tracking points. All right, this is the image from Viewforia only. Like I means I uploaded this image on the database so that I could get the feature points. All right, I will even show you how to get that feature point, how to see the feature points by yourself, right, in the next video only. So these feature points, all right, these are some sort of patterns, you could say. All right, see, the tracking, all right, the tracking technology, all right, in AR basically finds, all right, they try to find some sort of pattern. All right, these feature points are useful for tracking and recognition. All right, uh, means, see, if the how would see if I had to give an example. All right, you have created a marker. All right, you have successfully placed, the digital object on top of that marker. All right, you have successfully placed the digital object on top of the marker. Now, how do you think will the, like, if I move my marker onto, let's say, 10 units to the left side. All right, how do you think the object will also move? Because yeah, it is recognizing the marker, right? It is recognizing the marker. That part is done and it has been placed on top of that marker. But when we will move our marker from one place to another, all right, how will the digital object move? Can you think of it? That's where the tracking helps. All right, how it helps? See, there are, you can see the feature points, right? Here are the feature points, and these feature points, all right, these feature points helps the marker, all right, helps the app to track the marker, all right, to keep the marker in track, and also move the particular digital object along with the marker. If I am moving, all right, if I am moving the marker to the left, all right, let's say I have moved 10 units to the left. All right, the same thing will happen with the object also, because the marker has moved. All right, and our app has tracked that the current position of the marker is 10 units from the center, right? So our app has done, it has tracked and again placed it in there. All right, although if you try to move it, the object will also move with itself. It will be a smooth, like it will be really smooth. So that's how tracking helps in marker based augmented reality. All right, so tracking and recognition, all right, these two are very fundamental and important technology of marker based augmented reality. All right, so yeah, I hope you have understood that what is recognition and what is tracking and how they are helping in a marker based augmented reality. All right, so yeah, the same thing it is written here. Marker based augmented reality makes use of both recognition and tracking. All right, and and now you know how it makes use of them, right? Why it makes use of them? What is the use case of them, right? You know right now. So also, before moving to the next section, all right, so do subscribe my channel, all right, because it helps me to bring more videos, all right, more courses for you for free. All right, and also join our Discord community. All right, and if you have any doubt, all right, if you have any single doubt, join our Discord community. You can ask in there. We will be helping you in there. There are many like-minded people who will, if I am not available for some time, then they will help you to figure your doubt. So make sure to join our community, and if you have any doubt, you can ask in there. All right, I would like to help. And also, if you can even comment, all right, comment down in the comment section that what your doubt is, and I would clear that right in there. All right, so now our here is our another topic, that is marker design, detection and recognition. All right, see, this is a very basic fundamental thing. All right, now there are colorful markers also. All right, but to make you understand, I have taken example of black and white marker. All right, see, basically, majorly, all right, many people prefers to use like black and white markers, something like this. All right, which are basically square shaped and are black and white, like uses black bordered images, and also like the image inside those black borders are black and other are white. So basically what it does, right? See, this type of images, all right, this type of images helps in image unwrapping. All right, uh, here you can see that this is a bird. All right, this is a bird. All right, After the image unwrapping, all right, after the image unwrapping technology is applied, here you can see, like in this image, all right, from this image, the face, all right, the white borders are there, and here is the face. The face has been unwrapped from that whole sorry, black borders, right? So here you can see the face has been unwrapped and it has been positioned like this. The similar thing will happen with this bird also. All right, it would be unwrapped. All right, this image would be unwrapped, and then it would be placed like this. All right, this would be the main image. So this is how image unwrapping works. All right, and image unwrapping is also a very important concept. Similarly, here you can see this is a like many people use this, all right, and this black and white image makes it easier for the algorithm, all right, makes it easier for the algorithm to do the detection, to unwrap the image, all right. But there are many powerful algorithms that have been designed, and they can efficiently extract, or you could say unwrap the images of unwrap the color images also. So that's why we can also use colorful markers too. All right, so yeah, and even if you notice, all right, if you go to let me show you in here also. All right, here you can see uh, the marker. All right, I have already told you that this is the marker. This is the image of the marker that I have uploaded on Vue4A's database, right, for marker based tracking. As you can see, the image has been like the texture of the image is really low, like the quality of the image is really low. It has been pixelated. You can literally count the pixel if you want. All right, although it would be hard because there are lakhs of pixel in there, but here you can see that the image has been pixelated, the quality has been lowered. All right, the image is distorted. All right, that's how it helps to track, right? That's how it helps to track. It tracks pixel by pixel. It This things helps to unwrap the image also. So that's how marker image unwrapping works. All right, it unwraps the mean particular portion from the whole image. All right, so now it's our time. All right, it's our very time to understand AR system architecture. All right, see, if you understand the architecture now, you can even create your own AR SDKs. All right, marker based AR SDKs, although that of course won't be easy. All right, because before developing any sort of SDK, you need to have a good amount of knowledge of computer vision. All right, because see, augmented reality was built upon computer vision only. It is you could say a product, all right, or you can say it is a technology of computer vision only. If computer vision wasn't there, then augmented reality also wouldn't have been possible. So computer vision is the root, all right, it is the root of augmented reality. So it is really important. See, if you want to create your own AR SDKs, all right, if you want to create your own AR SDK, you need to have a good knowledge of computer vision. You need to know the algorithms. All right, even I am learning computer vision for augmented reality, so I can get a more deeper understanding of how these things work. All right, I have a currently I have a decent understanding. All right, I understand how these things work, but I don't know how to develop these things. All right, what algorithms are used. So for that, I need to learn computer vision. So I'm also learning that. So it is very important for you. All right, if you want to develop your own SDK, you have to learn computer vision. All right, so without any more talk, say let's start with understanding the AR system architecture. All right, see, in this architecture you can see there is a camera. All right, then from the camera the image is passed. All right, image is passed to the tracking module. All right, some things happen in there. All right, we will understand what things happen in there. All right, then it is passed to the rendering module, where the real world and the virtual objects are combined in the rendering module. All right, and the augmented output, all right, the output is passed through the rendering module to the display. All right, so this is how it works. You can see the diagram. All right, like if I had to show you like this. All right, uh, pen. First of all, it is moving from here and there. Okay. Then from here, it is going to here, all right. Then from here, it is literally going to the rendering module, and this, all right, this virtual module is adding, all right, this virtual module is adding to the real world component, all right. Sorry for this bad handwriting, but this is RC, means real world component, all right. And real world component and real world component, sorry, virtual component and real world component are like actually attached, all right. The real world, the virtual component is attached to the real world, and then the output, all right, then the output is generated, that is the augmented image, all right. And after that, it is being displayed in your system's display, all right. So this is it, that's how it is working, all right. Now if we talk about understand the module, all right. See, if we talk about the you already know what is the camera, right? What this camera module does, right? Because it renders, like it renders the image of real world, all right, into your phone. That's what a camera does. But what is a capturing module, all right? See, the things that you see from your mobile camera, all right, you can even capture it, right? You can even capture it. So through the camera, some sort of image is passed to your display, all right. And when you click on that centered button available in your mobile camera software, when you click that, it is captured, right? So the capturing module basically helps to capture the image, all right. Basically helps to capture the video or the image, all right. So this is what capturing module does. Now if we talk about the tracking module, all right, see, the tracking module is the core, all right. The tracking module is the core. And if we talk about see, how tracking module works now, it calculates, all right, it calculates the pose, all right, of the camera, all right, in the real time, all right. Like it will calculate where your camera is. And if I talk about FOVs, all right, that is 6 degree of freedom, it means that you have a freedom of to look anywhere, all right. This is a very basic definition of 6 DOFs, all right. See what this term pose does, let me tell you. Pose estimation, all right, basically helps to get the orientation and location, all right, get the orientation and location of a particular object. This is what the tracking module does, all right. It is basically the code, all right. It helps to calculate the pose of the camera, all right, in real time. It's not like it will only capture once, then it won't do it again. It happens in loop. So the pose estimation is done, and also because of that we get the 3D location, or you can say the orientation of any sort of object. That is the work of tracking module, all right. If we talk about the rendering module, all right, see, what this rendering module does is basically it combines, all right, it combines the digital object, all right, it combines the digital object with the real world visual, all right, with the real world image, right. If you have used any sort of augmented reality, you might have seen that, right, that some 3D object is appearing on sort of on any marker, right, on an image, a 3D object is occurring. So basically a virtual component is being attached with that image, and then it is being processed and pushed forward for the display, all right. And if you are confused, all right, if you are confused about these modules, don't worry, all right, we are again going to look into another, all right. This is a much more simplified version, all right. This is a much more simplified version of that AR system architecture. I have included this because I thought that for the first iteration, I think people will get confused that how this, like, what did I explain to you, you might not understand it, right. So I have also included another architecture, all right. The same thing happens in here also, but I will re-explain it. See, in here, all right, a live video feed, all right, is going through the camera, all right, to the image capturing module, all right, and it is All right, and it is divided in frames. The video is divided in frames, and then it is going through the image processing module. All right, and in there the marker is detected and tracked. All right, means in there the marker is detected, actually all the processing is done, all right, all the post calculation is done, and then we go to the marker tracking module, all right, where the post calculation is generally done and all the tracking stuffs are being done in there only. All right, all the what can I say, those virtual points, right, those feature points are applied in the image in there only. The post calculation is there only. See, if you are confused about post calculation, don't worry. All right, let me explain it to you again. See, post calculation is basically, it calculates the position. All right, it calculates the position of any object. All right, that's what post calculation is. It calculates the orientation of the object and the location of the object. All right, so that's what post calculation is. And then after all these processing and tracking is done, it is passed to the rendering module. All right, the virtual object, all right, the virtual object that we want to augment, all right, that we want to augment is combined with the real world image. All right, the virtual object is combined with the real world image, then it is passed to the display screen and we actually see the output on our displays. So that's how this AR system architecture works. All right, I hope you are clear with the concept, right? Again, the same definitions. All right, the image capturing module that takes the images, it breaks it to frame by frame, then and all those things that are being done. Then there is image processing module. All right, the processing that are being done, all right, means the detection, or you could say the recognition techniques are being applied in there. All right, then if we talk about the marker tracking module, in there the position is being calculated. All right, the position is being calculated and then feature points are provided. And the rendering module, all right, this rendering, what this rendering module is doing, this rendering module is basically uh, combining the virtual object to the digital object. This is just it. All right, it is doing that, and yeah, that's it. So that's it for our today's lecture, and I hope you have understood. All right, I hope you have understood how all these things work. All right, I hope you have understood how the marker based AR system architecture works. All right, so I don't think now it would be any problem, as you have as I have cleared all the very basics, or the very basics of marker based augmented reality. Now I don't think it would be any problem learning marker based AR development. In this lecture, I'm going to tell you how to set up your Unity and Vuforia engine for developing AR applications. And later on in this video only, we'll be creating our very first augmented reality application with Unity and Vuforia. So yeah, the very first thing you have to do is go to this website developer.vuforia.com. All right, and in there you have to create your account. After creating your account, all right, you can see right in the top that there's a download section. Click on that particular section and you will be redirected to this page. All right, and in this page, all right, you are seeing multiple option. And yesterday only, like on 15th November, the latest version of Vuforia engine has got released, that is 10.3, Vuforia engine 10.3. All right, you can even select your particular version right from here. All right, that is 9.8 or 10.3. I have seen one problem, that is when using any version of any 10 like any Vuforia version of 10, I'm facing an error in Unity. So I would suggest using 2020 only, all right, for this course, because I'm going to use the latest version of Vuforia. And now you have to download the SDK. All right, what is an SDK? SDK is the software development kit that will help us to develop for means AR applications with Unity and Vuforia, right? So we have to download our SDK. Now here you can see there are multiple options available. All right, let's say you don't want to develop with Unity, all right, you don't want to develop your marker based AR application with Unity, you can go for Android Studio. Or if you want to do it for iOS, you can that is Xcode, you can download for iOS. Then there is UWP, then there is Lumen. So UWP is basically Universal Windows Platform, so you can use that too. So for this course, all right, for the sake of this course, we are going to use um, Vuforia engine. All right, the very first option that you are getting, that add Vuforia engine to a Unity project or upgrade to the latest version. So just simply click on it. All right, and some things will be loading up in here. All right, and then click on agree. I'm going to decline it because I have already downloaded the SDK, but you have to click I agree and then download the SDK. All right. So yeah, after downloading it, all right. After downloading, what I would suggest is first let's set up the web version. All right, like set up all the things from the website, right? And then after that, we'll be moving towards Unity. So how to do that, right? So now we have to get into another page, that is this develop section. All right, remember you have to create your account first to get all these things, so do create your account. So now click on this develop. I've already opened it on my second window, and here we go. So here you can see there are target manager and license manager. So what are these two? The license manager actually helps us to manage the licenses. All right, licenses means there are some particular lines of code. All right, there are some particular lines of code, you could say some special unique code that helps Vuforia to connect with the backend server and verify actually what kind of services are we using, right? Like I'm going to use the basic service of Vuforia that is free. So yeah, all right. So that basically particular key, actually we call that a key, that particular key would help us actually to connect to the Vuforia portal, all right, from our Unity, all right, so that our app can utilize the features that we get after using the different versions of Vuforia, that is basic, premium, all right, any of these two versions. So yeah, now the very first thing we have to do is we have to create our license. So how would you do that? See, you can even buy the premium version, but I don't have the money to buy it, so I would simply get the basic. All right, I would click on the basic. All right, and it would load some sort of page. So as you can see it right here, it is loading some page, and in that page, all right, keep your license name. All right, let's say I want to name it view first AR app. All right, this should be the name for my license, and here you can see this these are the things, and we have to check this box. All right, we have to check this box, and after that click on confirm. All right, and that would redirect that would create actually our license, and we can click on that and then simply go to that license and copy the license for us, right? So I would simply click on the license. All right, I would simply click on that license, and here we go, we got it got copied in our clipboard. Now another important thing that we have to do is we have to go to the target manager, right? Just click on the target manager. See what this target manager does is it helps us keep the markers. All right, see, I've already told you that in marker based AR we need markers, and we have to store it somewhere, right? So the target manager helps keep track of the marker on the servers of Vuforia, and also we have to download a Unity package for that, so that we can include it on our Unity, means local computer, right? So how would we do that? So for this, simply you have to click on add database, right? And then you have to name your database. Let's say first AR app, right? First AR app. Oh, I missed that R. No worries. Yeah. So then I have to click create. all right, and then turn it on, then go to that particular target, and you have to upload your target in there, like means the marker image, so that we can use it, right? And I would show you some other things also, so that you can choose your right marker. All right, choose the right marker for your application. It's really important to get the right marker, because if the marker is of low quality, then marker based AR won't work well. So that's why, right? So click on add target. All right. So I already have some images, so I'll be choosing from that. Now here are three other options. All right. We won't be looking at now. All right. So just click on the single image. All right. Basically, single image is selected by default, so no worries. But then you have to click on browse. You have to choose an image. All right. You have to choose image. So yeah, here we got an image of a car. All right. uh, I don't have any other image, so I'm gonna use that one, and you can give any width you want. All right, so my I would like prefer to give 6. Basically what would happen now, that the width you give, all right, it would get that particular units of width in the Unity engine, right? So remember that that won't be like give any sort of difference. So I want to name it marker. All right, so then click on add, and now it's uploading our target. All right, it's uploading our target, and that's real cool. So let it do its job. Cool. Now as our target means marker is has been added, I want to show you some other things also. So to get those things, click on the marker. All right, click on the marker. It would redirect you to the marker properties, you could say that. So then I'm going to show you some very important things. All right, and that would give you an understanding that what sort of marker you should use and what sort of marker you should not use for your marker based AR applications. All right, so as you can see here, all right, in the if you can see in the right side, there are multiple text, right? Type single image, status active, target ID, augmentable. All right, this is the section that this is the text we want to focus on as of now. What this tells is 5-star means this image is very good. All right, it is going to be superb for tracking. Now see, remember always that 3 the range between 3 to 5 star is okay. All right, below it won't give you good results. Even 3 sometimes won't work that great. So always remember to take a picture. All right, always remember to take a picture that has got 4 to 5 rating. All right, 4 to 5 star rating, and it's really important. All right, so yeah. So now, as we have seen that what sort of marker we should use, so we should use remember we always should use a marker that is really good. Now you have to click on this show features option. All right, I'm going to see. Here you can see that, remember that slide that in that slide there was a Ganesha's picture, and there were some dots in it, so you can call those as tracking points. All right, those are known as tracking points. With the help of these, the marker actually tracks the marker and helps to put it up on the marker, right? So yeah, these are the details that you need to know. All right, and now another thing we have to do, all right, another thing we have to do is to download this database, and then after that we are going to set up our Unity engine. All right, we are going to work on our Unity engine. So first of all, let the scene load. Let the scene load. All right, and then click on this download database. All right, and here you are going to find two options, that is Android Studio Export or Visual Studio. But of course, we aren't working on any of them, so we are going to choose Unity Editor. right? We are going to choose this Unity editor and then simply click on download. So it is compiling our database as of now. All right, after it is done compiling, we are going to save that file, and then we are moving towards Unity, right? So yeah, that's cool. So now just click on save. All right, and our Unity package will be downloaded. Just as you can see, it has got downloaded. So let's move towards Unity. So as we have created our Vuforia assets, that is, we have created our marker and have set a target. So now we have to actually change our platform. So how would we do that, right? See, basically we are developing AR application for our mobile, right? For our mobile devices, that is Android devices. So what are we going to do? See, currently if I show you, as you can see in the top, currently we can develop for PC, Mac and Linux standalone, right? That's what we can develop for, but we have to develop it for Android. So what we have to do, it's fairly simple. All right, just go to this file. All right, then click on build settings. Now here you are seeing multiple options, that is PC, Mac and Linux standalone, and the Unity logo you are seeing here, it means this particular thing is active. All right. Now if I click on Android, you are getting multiple options. Don't look at that as of now. All right, you can actually take a look at that afterwards, this whole lecture. All right, you can try it out by yourself, but what we have to do is we have to click switch platform. But let's say you don't want to develop for Android, you have an iOS device, so you can click on iOS. Also, see, these things won't work if you haven't installed the iOS module. All right, I'm on a Windows laptop, so it doesn't make any sense to install the basically to install basically iOS module in Unity. So I haven't done that, so, but I have Android ones, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Android and then switch platform. It's simple as that. What it would do is it would make our Unity uh, means it would give the means it would give the power to Unity to develop for Android. So just click on switch platform and it would start doing its work. All right, and after it gets switched, I will return back with the next section. So now basically our platform has been converted to Android, or you could say shifted to Android. Now we have to import our SDK, and one tip I would like to give you guys is that before, all right, if you are developing for any platform, let's say you are developing for Android only or iOS only, always remember, first change the platform, then import anything you want. Because after importing, all right, this happens to me a lot, like still it happens. What happens is basically uh, I do the development. All right, let's say I'm doing it for Android. All right, I do the development, and later on when I notice that I haven't shifted to Android platform, and you know, when after half of the things are done, multiple modules will be there, multiple assets will be there in your Unity, and when you will shift that now, it would take a hell lot of time. So remember, whenever starting with Unity, if you are going to change platform, do it at the first, then only import any asset, module or anything you want. All right, because it would reload all the script things, it would recompile, it would make the assets compatible for Android, and all those things, background processes going on. So always remember to do that, right? And now it's our fair time, all right, to import the SDK. So how do we do that? Two steps, means two methods are there. That is, first of all, simply um, open that whole folder. All right, open this folder and simply drag and drop. All right, simply drag and drop it in here. All right, one way is this. Another way is to basically right click, import package, custom package, then import it. All right, it's simple as that. Well, so now as that whole processing thing is done, now we have got an another window. All right, basically this is the package window. All right, Don't worry about anything here and just click on import. All right, and it would import your Vuforia module into Unity. All right, and give it its time so that it can do so. All right, and also when it says something like this, what you have to do is click on update. All right, and it would again start means resume with the importing stuffs. So guys, now our Vuforia engine has been imported. All right, and one of the very good things, all right, actually there's a problem sometimes it occurs, or what happens is that sometimes when you import Vuforia, right, Unity fails to compile it, or something like that, some sort of like that happens, all right, and your Vuforia engine doesn't get imported successfully. So how would you check that your Vuforia engine has been imported successfully? Right, so what you can do is click on the hierarchy panel, right click, and out of all these default options, you will get a new set of option, that is Vuforia engine. And that's when you know that you have successfully imported Vuforia engine. And if not, all right, maybe due to some problem you weren't able to import it successfully, what you can do is re-import it, as simple as that. And I'm sure that that would fix your problem, right? Another thing, all right, do you remember when we created our marker database in the target manager in developer.vuforia.com? We downloaded another Unity package. All right, so what is that Unity package? That Unity package contains the markers. All right, and we have to import that Unity package. All right, so again, previously I showed you the drag and drop method. Now I'm going to show you the right click method. So click on the project panel, right click. All right. Simply just right click on import package, custom package. All right, and then get that marker package. My marker package's name is fast AR app, so I'm going to import it. All right. So again, the same steps, you will get a window like this and click on import and your files will be imported. So now, as we have imported our asset, all right, so now as we have imported our marker database and also the Vuforia engine SDK, now it's our very time to develop our own AR application, right? So how do we do that? The very first thing, all right, the very first thing a Vuforia developer does, delete the main camera. We don't need that main camera, all right, because that main camera is meant for virtual rendering. All right, it is only for virtual rendering, not real plus virtual. What Vuforia does is Vuforia is really good and he provides us an AR camera built into it. So just right click in the hierarchy, click on Vuforia engine, and then click on AR camera. And here we go. You got an AR camera. Now this camera is going to work for augmented reality. That is, it is going to capture the real world and put the digital object in the real world. All right, and that's what we wanted. Now, remember we copied a license previously during the web part. All right, when we were covering the web part, we are gonna need that license. So just click on AR camera. In the inspector menu, you are going to get this open Vuforia engine configuration, all right, in the Vuforia VAVS script. Click on that. You are going to get something like this, all right, and click on in this app license key section, right? This is the main section. So what I'm going to do is, don't click this button, it will redirect you to that website and you have to create another license. But we have already created our license, right? So I'm going to just paste that license, right? And voila, Vuforia got the license, right? So yeah, that's cool. Now, as we have done the very basic setups, all right. See, in this one, I'm not going to tell you how to create advanced Vuforia app. This is just a setup video, and this is a video of how we set up our Vuforia, and also we'll be creating our very first AR application with Vuforia. All right, so Unity is doing its processes. So let it do it. It's taking some time, but don't worry. Yeah, it's done. Now what we have to do is we have to right click again, go to Vuforia engine, and now see, in marker based, as I already told that we need markers. So how would we add those markers in Unity? So right click, Vuforia engine, then there's something known as image target. Click on that. All right, and you will get another game object known as image target. Right now, I know you might not see, if I zoom it to you, you will be seeing it totally white. Now, believe me, this one, we have a fix for this, right? See, by default, Unity uses image type that we have to specify from Unity only. This, that is image uploaded in Unity. But as we already have a database, all right, we already remember we made a database, we made a target manager database. So we are going to use that. So click on the image target. All right, go to this inspector menu, and you will find something called image target behavior. All right, don't look into another other options. We are going to explore these options in our next like in project videos or next videos. So what we are going to do is click on this type uh, selection menu. All right, and from here you would find multiple things. Cloud Reco, basically Cloud Reco, what it does, it fetches the data from cloud, that is the images from cloud, and here is from database that we uploaded in our Unity. All right, and now we have selected our database. Now we have to select which database. All right, maybe we have multiple database in our AR application, so we have to select it, that is our first AR app, and voila, it will automatically get you the first marker, the very first marker available in the database. So we have this marker available in the database, right? So as simple as that, nothing too complicated. Now what we have to do is, all right, now what we have to do, we have to right click again. All right, see, I'm not going to include any 3D models right now. All right, yeah, we'll be doing that in our future videos, but as of now this is only a setup video. So just add a 3D object. All right, add your favorite 3D object. There's no favorite one of mine, so I'm just going to add a cube. Yep, and voila, a cube got added. Now reset it transform. All right, reset its transform, so it's back to 0. All right, and put it up a bit. Right, put it up a bit, and voila, you got your cube. Now if you play this, all right, if you play this scene, the cube will be there, right? The marker won't perform its functions. Why? Because you haven't put this cube inside of this image target. So that's what we have to do. We have to make the 3D model that we are using the child of the image target. All right, so now we are good to go. All right, that's cool, right? One of the good things of Unity and Vuforia is that you can test Vuforia on your PC only. So how would we do that? Just click on play button. All right, and it would start the camera. All right, nothing too complicated. So let's do that. So now if I put the camera, all right, means if I basically put the marker right in front of the camera, right, it would start tracking the cube. It would start showing the cube. All right, just see it in here, right? You can see it clearly, right? Now if I remove it, all right, you can see that the cube is staying here. All right, now this is a feature that are called extended tracking of Vuforia only, but it is useful also, but not in this case. So I'm gonna remove it. How would you remove that? All right, just get out of the play mode. All right, so I got out of the play mode. Click on image target. Then here is a, in the default observer event handler only. Here you are seeing multiple an option that is tracked or extended tracked. So what I want you is to select only tracked. All right, and what it would do is it would set like it won't now it won't have the feature. All right, now it won't have the feature of extended tracking. All right, let me show you by entering the play mode. All right, now if I show you, all right, just check it out in here. See, the cube is here, right? The cube is here. Now as soon as I remove it, all right, as soon as I remove it, the cube goes away, right? See, the cube goes away. So this works much better if you try it on Android. All right. So I would recommend you to build that application. I would also show you how to do that. All right. I would recommend you to build that Android application and then try it out on your Android phone. So, and I guess you all are happy. All right, you created your first AR application. I know that this is a cube, but the project we'll be doing is going to be really interesting. All right, it is going to be really interesting. So now to build our Vuforia application, what you have to do, see, I already told you in the very first video of installing Unity, you have to have the Android module OpenJDK, all right, NDK, and all those things so that you can make the things work, right? You can build your application, right? If you don't have that, then it would be a problem, all right. And now what you have to do is go to asset, all right. Now the scene, all right, the scene we are on is known as sample scene, all right. We are using the sample scene, and in here, in this particular section, you have to add that scene. All right, you can just click on add open scenes, like it would add the scenes that are currently open. My sample scene is open. I can simply click add open scenes. You can even add it by drag and drop, right? It's as simple as that. But as now we have added, all right, remember, without adding the scene, if you build that application, it won't work out, right? So it's really important to include the scene you are working on. Then click on build. All right, then just click on build, and then name your application. I want to name it test. All right, and then click on save. It would start building your application. In this particular section of the video, I'm going to tell you about some of the free resources that you can use in your development. All right, see, as a XR developer, I need 3D models, animations all the time. All right, and these resources are a lifesaver. Believe me. Like when I started, see, I am not a 3D modeler. All right, when I started, I didn't knew about these things, but I got to know over time. And believe me, these resources have helped me a lot. And one of the resource is Sketchfab. See, Sketchfab is a really good place to find your 3D model. All right, see, if you want a 3D model of a car, you can just search for it. You will get multiple 3D models for free. All right, there will be paid 3D models, free 3D models too. You can get your own. All right, so Sketchfab is a really great place if you want some other options. All right, if you want some other options also, there is another, that is CG Trader. I guess its name is CG Trader. Then there is Turbo Squid. All right, Turbo Squid is there. There are some sort of free 3D models are available also. There are also are available in there. But what I prefer most is Sketchfab. Sketchfab has a lot of 3D models available for free. So I'd suggest whenever you're looking for a 3D model, go to Sketchfab. This is from where I get my 3D models. All right. So here's another resource that is known as Turbo Squid. I already told about it to you, but let me show you too. See, this is another website from where you can get multiple 3D models for free and also for paid. All right, you can get it from here. It has multiple 3D models of 3ds, like it you can get Blender 3D models, Cinema 4D models, Maya models, 3dx models, obj models. All right, similarly you can get cars, models of multiple cars. You can get models of multiple characters. You can get models of animals. Then there is of vehicles. You can search for any model you want. All right, so this is another very useful resource that you should have a note on. This is another resource that you can make use of. This is known as readyplayer.me. See, if you want avatars, all right, if you want avatars for your games, let's say you want your own avatar, you can go to this website, and make your own avatar based on you. All right, you can make your own playable characters with this readyplayer.me. All right, this is a really good avatar creation engine. Even if you want to build your own like if you want to implement, all right, if you want to implement this readyplayer.me avatar engine, they also have a Unity plugin for it, so you can check that out too. All right. The thing that you are currently seeing is a output. All right. There is a 3D model that I customized. All right, that I customized. So there is a 3D model that I customized, and even you can make your own avatar. So here comes another website, alright, from where you can get a lot of free 3D models. Alright, there is a really great website. I prefer this one too. Alright, my next means after Sketchfab, my next choice is always free3d.com. You can don't worry if you are if you want these links. Alright, I will provide a link down below. Alright, I will provide all the links of the websites that I am using down in the description or description box, and also I would also create a PDF of it and upload it on my course website. All right, so you can check the links from there also. So free 3D is also a really great website from where you can get a lot of free 3D models. So this is also one of my choice. Here is another website, alright, known as NASA 3D. Here you can get all the free resources from NASA. Alright, I guess all the models in here are totally for free. You can get all the models, free models related to space, alright, related to NASA at this place. Alright, I would provide the link down below. So this is another great platform where you can get the 3D models. It also provides you textures. Alright, so this is a really great place. So this is another website known as Render Hub. From here also you can get a lot of 3D models, both paid and free. So you can search any model you want. Alright, and I'm pretty sure that you might get those models in here. Alright, even Sketchfab is also there. I already showed you. Turbo Squid is there. Then there is Free 3D. Now comes Render Hub 2. Alright. So this is another resource. All right, this is known as 3D-licious. So it can, if you want any sort of low poly household items, you can get all the things from this website, this particular 3D website. So this is a really great platform also. So you can simply go into this website and download your 3D model. Here's another resource known as opengameart.org. This is a really great website if you want to have free assets. All right, free UI assets for your application. You can go to this website. All right, if you want, if you are making any game, this website is also going to be really helpful for you for getting the UI assets for free. All right, so it contains both paid and free assets. This is another website known as archive3d.net. All right, from this website you can get any 3D model totally for free. All right, none of these models available in here are paid. So there are free models, means the models that are available in this website are totally for free. So you can also visit this website and search for your models. Here comes another free resource known as Mixamo. This free resource is provided by Adobe. You can add animations to your humanoid 3D models, and there's a really great website that you should look for. Yeah, this website lags a bit, alright, but there's a really great website from where I get animations for my 3D models. Alright. So here's another resource. Alright, this is going to be the last resource of the video that I'm showing. Alright, but there are plenty of more resources available over the internet. Alright, I would include all the additional resources that you might need also in the, I would also add them in the PDF. Alright, that I'm going to share with you. Alright, and to get the PDF you can simply search for it in the description below in the video, and also you can get that from the course website. All right, so this is another website that says Smithsonian 3D digitization. All right, this is also a really good website for getting 3D models. As you can see here, there are many models available, like of like skeleton of triceratops, then skeleton of mammoths, then there is orbiter space shuttle model is also available. So you can, there's also a really great resource. All right, so this much for this video. In this lecture, we are going to look into multiple tracking. All right, so this is basically a feature of Vuforia where you can track multiple markers at the same time. All right, it's a this one is really useful whenever you are making an AR book. All right, whenever you are making games, so this feature helps a lot. All right, like for example, if you are going to make an AR Pokemon game, right? So within one mobile there will be there will be two cards, and you would be scanning those cards and make and two Pokemons would appear, and you would make those two Pokemons fight each other. All right, so multiple market tracking helps a lot in many ways. All right, and in today's lecture only I'm going to show you. All right, so first of all, I want you to set up your Vuforia account, your SDKs. All right, you already know how to do that. I have shown you in my previous video. So if you are confused, you can watch that particular portion again, and if you have any doubt, you can comment it down in the comment section. All right. So without any further delay, let's get started. The very first thing you have to do is click on this main camera and delete it. All right, because of course we don't want the main camera. And one more thing I would like to do is to stack this game window to the side. All right, to the side of my scene window, so that I can see whatever thing is happening. All right, so yeah, so just wait a few seconds. All right, cool. So here you can see that it is being written no cameras rendering. That's because we don't have any camera. So now what you have to do is click on hierarchy, go click on Vuforia engine and select AR camera. All right, so you can keep it like this, or you can stack it up on top of directional light. I prefer stacking up on directional light. It feels better actually, looks good actually, so that's why. It's just a personal preference. All right, and now what you have to do is click on, I means right click, then again click on image target. All right, select a marker right from here, click in the image target behavior, click on from database, and select the database. For my case, the database is first AR app. All right, and the marker I'll be using for this is M1, and let's name the image target as M1. All right, because I'm using the M1 marker. All right, so yeah, so here we got our very first marker. All right, I will be placing the 3D models later on. First, let's set up our second marker. So again, right click, click on Vuforia engine, click on image target. All right, then again name it M2. All right, so then again in the inspector window only you will get type, select it from database, then select the database that is first ARF in my case, and take this M2 marker that I have. All right, so you will get the marker what you have named after. All right, so make sure you do that. Now we have two markers in place. Now the problem with that is if we try to show one marker. All right, if we try to show one marker at a time, then means let's say for an example. All right, I'm using this app. All right, and now I want to show that total how many, means I'm trying to means track both the markers at the same time. All right, so I'm trying to do that, and of course that wouldn't work. All right, so to figure out this problem, we have a solution. All right, so currently the problem we are facing is it will only track one marker at a time. All right, but we want to track both the markers at a time. All right, so we are going to go to that feature, but first of all let's set up our 3D models. All right, so right click not right click, I already have the 3D models. All right, I have one dinosaur 3D model, so I'm just going to import it right in here. All right, let me reset its transform. All right, so here we actually got the dinosaur. I know it doesn't look that good. I just choose one random from Sketchfab. These are OBJs, and believe me, I don't want you to like use OBJ files. All right, I want you to use uh, GLTF files because they have better quality, better texture quality, and all those things. All right, that's the major reason. But for the sake of this tutorial and to make things work fast, so I got to go for this OBJ model. All right, now there are some materials. All right, so I will create the materials. It's pretty simple. Here you can see there are multiple materials in here, albedo. So what you can do is right click in the texture section and create a dinosaur material. So here I created a dinosaur material. Now try to find where is exactly the, means this is the normal map, right? This is the albedo one. All right, yeah. So I found the albedo one, drag and drop it in here. All right, and drag this on top of this. Now this one looks pretty good. All right. So now I also need to add the normal map so that it gives a better look. All right. So yeah, it's looking really great. So I currently I've click on fix now because it is not being marked as a normal map. So what this fixing process would do is it will fix that texture to a normal map. All right. So just wait for a few seconds and this process would be done. All right. Now let's see. We have ambient occlusion, we have metallic texture. So let's apply the metallic texture first. All right, so here we got the metallic texture, but actually let's remove the smoothness. All right, then here we have the roughness. All right, so and then where is it? Yeah, there's another albedo one. This is maybe for the eye, so I'm not going to go into that much. So for now this thing looks good. All right, so just as our model is ready, so what you have to do is put this model under the hood of M1, that is make it a game object of M1 marker. All right, so for now our this model is set up. Now again we have another model that is of a cake. I was thinking to take another dinosaur model, but then I thought let's take a cake. How many dinosaurs would be there, right? So now I need to bring the scale up. All right, so I'm going to make it 50, 50, sorry, 50, and here goes another 50. All right, so this seems pretty big. So I would scale it down a bit. So don't worry. Okay, yeah, this thing looks good. All right. Okay, cool. Now I wanted to save this. All right. Save this and simply drag and drop this inside the M2. All right. So yeah. So now here one thing we would be seeing is, all right, one problem we would be seeing is that whenever we are going to like play this scene, what would happen is we only one marker will be detected. All right, if we feed it two markers, all right, then it will only detect one of it, because we haven't set up the settings that is needed, right? So that's what we have to do. Click on AR camera. All right, then click on open view for your configuration. All right, so here you can see here are multiple options, and the one that would be our preference is that this one, maximum simultaneous tracked images. All right, so and there's another one, maximum simultaneous tracked object. So basically the first of all, let me tell you what does this two does. Basically currently you can see one is written there. All right, and that means only one marker or only one object would be detected, all right, at a time. So what we have to do is we have to increase it to how many like to as many as means as many numbers as we want. All right, like let's say if we want our app to detect four markers at a single time, right? So we can write it four in there. All right, or if we want it to track four objects at one time, then we can write four in the object section. But for this course we are only like we aren't exploring the tracked objects portion. All right, so we are going to explore the maximum simultaneous tracked images. So what you can do is currently it is one, just simply change it to two. All right, so that's how it's going to work. All right, so it's pretty simple as that. There's nothing much to like exactly scare about. All right, but yeah, this is uh, this is it, right? See, the thing that I would like to say is whenever, all right, generally whenever we actually like create AR books, we don't usually keep means we don't usually track 2 to 3 images at one time. We just track one images at a time. All right, and that's what I would recommend you to track one images at a time, because then that would make it more efficient. All right, or else the UI might get cluttery if you don't manage it in that way. All right, and that gets a bit more complicated. So I always recommend people to like for AR books, all right, for specifically AR books, try to use only one marker. Means set the maximum simultaneous tracked images to one, because at that point you guys will want to exactly use, all right, to exactly use one marker at a time. All right, so let me show you. All right, let me show you. Just see this now. All right, so we are able to just yeah, we got it. So we are able to see that at a single time, all right, we are able to detect two markers. All right, so that is what how it works. All right, so I would recommend you to try play with this feature more. All right, so that you explore more new things. All right, so yeah, that's it. So that's it for today's lecture. All right, so see you in the next lecture. Thank you. In this particular section of the video, we are going to look into virtual buttons. So virtual buttons are another way, all right, are another way to add buttons in your Vuforia application. All right, there are two types of buttons that you can add. First of all, UI buttons, all right, like using simple canvas and those buttons in world space. All right, you can do that. Another way is to use virtual buttons. All right. So in this tutorial, we are going to look into the virtual buttons. And before starting with virtual buttons, there are some rules to be followed. All right, some suggestions, some rules that are needed to be followed. The very first thing, all right, the very first thing that should be kept in mind, that the size of the button, all right, the size of the button should be equal or greater than 10%, all right, of the overall target area. Always remember that the size of the button should be equal or at least, all right, at least 10% of the overall target area. All right. Now if the like if the area is 100, then the button should be at least the size of 10% of that area. All right, that's it. Another thing, all right, another thing that is always, all right, always try to place the button, all right, always try to place the button where the place is reach with feature points. All right, see, in the introduction video I already showed you how to check for feature points, and open the Vuforia website and look for where the feature point is much greater. All right, where the quantity of feature points is much greater, and always place the button there. All right. Another thing is that insert the buttons. All right, what does that means? That means is that don't make the buttons, all right, don't make the buttons touch the image target borders, all right, the borders of the image target. So always uh, give some padding in the button from the outer side. All right, so sorry, from margin in the button from the outer side. All right, so always remember that. So always insert the button so that they don't touch the borders of the image target. Another and the last point is, don't stack the buttons upon each other. All right, what does that mean? See, when you are viewing, all right, when you are viewing from some point, all right, when you are viewing the image target from a particular point, you would see, all right, you would see that if you place those buttons on top of each other, all right, you won't be able to reach the second button. It would be really it would be really hard to get to the second button. So don't ever stack the buttons upon each other. All right, so that's it. So let's start the development of our virtual button. Let's implement it. See, I would like to mention is that I'm using the same project, all right, the same previous project that I used to uh, develop show you the very initial steps of Vuforia. All right.
So I'm using the same project, so I haven't had changed my license key and my database. Although if you want, you can do so. All right, it's totally upon you. If you want to, you can do so. You can even create a new project for implementing virtual buttons. I'm doing this because I want to keep all the source code at one place and provide it to you. All right, so it won't be cluttered up. So yeah, let's get started. The very first thing, all right, the very first thing is you have to delete the main camera and then add a AR camera. So select Vuforia engine and click on AR camera. So let me place it on top of the directional light. Don't worry, it won't have any sort of effect, so it is totally upon me. Now I have placed my AR camera. Another thing is to add the image target. Now the image target would be same as the previous one because I haven't changed my image target, but you can do so if you want. All right. Now if I click on image target, here I get my image target. Now let me select the database. So I'm going to select from database, and now I'm going to select the database that is first ARR. Here is the marker that is selected. All right. Now what I want is to create a 3D cube. All right. I would show you why. Just wait for a second. Let me reset the transform of it. So as I've reset the transform, I'm going to place it at the back. All right, I'm going to place it at the back. Uh, so see, I'm using shortcut keys Q, W, E. All right, Q for this hand tool, W for this anchor tool, and E for the rotational tool, and R for the scale tool. All right, so these are some shortcuts. So I'm using those shortcuts. All right, if you think how am I getting this, then yeah, that's how I'm getting it. Now this cube looks a bit dull, right? Like it doesn't have any sort of colors. It's totally white and I don't like it. So let's create a material for it. All right, now uh, in this I'm also going to show you how to add textures to your material. All right, and I have already imported a texture. I have downloaded from 3dtextures.me. All right, the links are given in the AR resources file. You can check them out. All right, it is available on my website. Now let me show you the textures. Here are the textures. All right, and I'm going to tell you how to implement it. Now this is not a texture, this is just an overview file. You can check how the cube will look, but I'm directly going to implement it. All right, so first of all, delete this particular material. We don't need it. All right, so and another thing, all right, another thing is that first of all, create a material. All right, create a material. Let's name it textured box, or let's say cube. All right, this is what I will name it. After that, what I want you is to go to the inspector panel. All right, go to the inspector panel and select the textures you want. So what I will simply do is I will click on albedo. It would pop up a panel. Now I have to find, all right, I have to find a texture I want. Now I'll find a texture that has been named as baseline. All right, so it's not showing the full name. Just wait, let me lock it. Cool. Now from here I can find what textures I want. So for the very first thing in here, I have to get a base color texture. All right, this one. This is I'm going to put this in the albedo section. All right. Now you might not see the effects in here. All right, you might not see that because we haven't applied the materials. So just drag and drop the material in here and see it has been applied in the cube. I know it is the texture has been applied but it doesn't look good. But you won't say this after watching the whole material applying thing. Alright, now in here there is another section that is metallic. Now let's find a metallic texture. So here I got a metallic texture. Alright, so see, it's not like I'm identifying these textures, it is just written in the end of the names. Now I would adjust the settings a bit. Alright, I would adjust the settings a bit. See, you won't like it as of now. The reason is I haven't applied other materials. That's why it's not looking realistic or good. So I'm going to apply those. Now here I have to add a normal map. This is a normal map. So I'm going to apply the normal map, and here you can see that the bids. All right, here you can see the bids in here are coming to show up. All right, they are putting the 3D aspect in here. You can see it, right? Now we have to add another thing, that is a height map. All right, so let me find the height map. Okay, yeah. Now I have applied the height map, and this height map will help me to adjust the height of the height of these particular things, right? You can let me show you from from nearly. All right, so here you can see that it is moving, right? It is moving, right? So that is what height map does. Now another thing, all right, another thing is that we have to add an occlusion. Now this is the ambient occlusion. All right, this is the ambient occlusion mask. So now you can see that we have also added the occlusion mask. Now if you want to increase the smoothness, you can do so, but I am not liking the smoothness that much, so it should be something like this. All right, now let's see if anything is left. Roughness, no. All right, let's see. Okay, as of now, all right, for us it's we are good with this cube. All right, this looks realistic too. Now you can get all the textures. All right, there are really great textures available at 3dtextures.me. So I would really suggest to go in there and check out the textures. All right, and take the textures that you like. As simple as that. All right, now another thing, all right, is we have to put this cube. All right, we have to make this cube a child of image target. All right, we have to make this cube a child of image target. Now click on image target. All right, and another thing that you might see that the inspector panel is not changing. That's not any sort of bugs. It is basically I have locked the inspector panel. Now I have unlocked it, so I have got all the things. All right, now in the image target, in the image target behavior script, under the add target button, you would find something, a drop down that is advanced. All right, you need not to look into these properties, but for us the very important thing is this particular button, add virtual button. So click on it. All right, and you can see that it has added a virtual button. Now if you click on it, the virtual button will be visible to you. All right, now remember the rules. All right, remember the rules and try to resize it. All right, now I'm not sure. All right, and I haven't seen where are the feature points, but I'm what I'm doing is I'm putting at a particular place and I'm trying to follow all the instructions. All right, so I would suggest you to follow the instructions too. All right, so we created our virtual button. Now what? See, when you click your virtual button in the inspector panel, you would get some options. All right, you will get some options. Now the very important thing that we have to see is the virtual button behavior script. All right, in here, here's an option, sensitivity setting, that is a drop down. All right, so in the drop menu you would find high, medium, low. Now these are the sensitivity settings. What this tells us is that how often, or you can say um, how exactly are we going to like when we place our hand upon sorry over the particular mark over the particular virtual button, all right. So what will be the sensitivity, all right, or what will be the rate, all right, when it will like detect, all right, it would detect and start doing the function. So that's what sensitivity means. It tells that how sensitive the particular button is, all right. If it is low, then it might it might take some sort of hard work to get the button to work, but if it is high, then it won't take that much hard work to make the button work, all right. So yeah, now now as we have created our virtual button, all right, we also have to add some functionalities to it.